D.B. Cooper to the Man in the Iron Mask, with Nickola Tesla and the unknown Tank Man thrown in between. There's a lot of mysterious people in the world, and I want you to become a bit familiar with a couple of them. Because we all love a good mystery, and if you're able to suspend your beliefs and hang reality out to dry for the next few minutes, you not only hear some strange things, but you're also probably going to have some fun. So let's get going with Foucault, a French alchemist, a man so mysterious, like most French men, that we don't even have a clue as to his real identity. What we do know about Foucault is his association with the historic arts, and that his student, Eugene Cancelet, wrote the preface for his master's 2 published books. The mystery here is that it's believed the dude really existed, but no one, nowhere, ever really met the dude outside of his student, Leon Cancelet. It's said he survived World War II and lived into the 1950s, where Cancelet claimed he met him in Spain. And yeah, Frank Zappa released a song back in 1988, and he called it, "But Who Was Foucault?" But of course, if anyone wanted to write a ballad because they maybe had nothing better to do, I'm thinking a nice little ditty about a Russian spy that went by the moniker Persis would be fun, and probably gather up a shitload of Grammys. Because his spying was so good, we, once again, don't know who he was, or if he even really existed. Now, for those who don't know their Greek gods, Persis was a demigod, half-god, that killed Medusa, the lady with snakes for hair, and then went on to marry Andromeda. But who this Russian spy married, we'll never know. What is believed is that he was a young American scientist that worked at Los Alamos during the Manhattan Project and passed secrets along to the Russians that helped Russia develop their own nuclear bomb. What makes this spy mysterious in the annals of mysterious spies is that he was never identified, along with a host of people that worked on the Manhattan Project that were identified as actual Russian spies. And the evidence for the existence of this unknown spy we call Persis comes from interviews with Russian officials, defectors, and even Russian magazine articles, and of course other Russian spies. But of course, with all things in the world of spies and such, the truth is kind of hard to come by, because for every Russian diplomat, official, or spy that claims Persis existed, there's one who claims he didn't. And with that, let's move on to some other weirdness, like the tale of a man found on a beach in the faraway realm of Nova Scotia, just before the turn of the century, and that's the last century, 1863, to be exact. A man with no clue as to who he was, much less where his legs were, because yes, this dude's legs were still bandaged up because both his legs had been amputated just above the knee. Now, the way this story was to unfold was with 2 fishermen walking down a beach when they noticed a guy sitting on a big rock. The man, suffering from the cold and exposure, had a small tin of biscuits, a loaf of bread, along with a jug of water. And both his legs had been surgically amputated. Of course, the man spoke no English, French, Latin, Italian, or Spanish, and in fact, all the man could do was growl. The man, now known as Jerome of Sandy Cove, went on to live his life in Nova Scotia, just as he had been found, unspeaking, illiterate, and grumpy as hell. Who he was, what happened to his legs, we never knew, but the man was a certifiable mystery. Now, one mystery that no one in the modern world can walk away from is who created Bitcoin. And if you're totally unaware what Bitcoin is, you're probably a lot older than I am. But while we have a name that those in the know, Satoshi Nakamoto, and if you Google him, you even see a picture of him. But the thing is, the dude just does not exist. And one has to ask, how can somebody here in the 21st century go unknown? Well, with social media and the internet, how can somebody keep their anonymity? And I'm guessing that if this dude is ever exposed, the first question ain't going to be about Bitcoin, but how he kept his secret identity in a world where it's awful hard to keep secrets. was the internet and all. Yeah, life is full of all kinds of mysteries. Not only people, but things, places, all kinds of mysterious stuff. And, when it comes to mysterious people, well, we're all a little bit mysterious, aren't we? I mean, we all have our secrets. But this was a fun video to do, of course. Because there's so much strangeness in the world, but I got to ask you, how can somebody get his legs amputated, be left on a big rock, and you're so pissed or you're so mad about it, you just don't want to talk about it ever again? I don't know. You know, that's just weird shit. Just weird shit. And I should leave that at that. Oh man. Yeah, I don't. Mysteries. I do wonder though about that Bitcoin dude though. But of course, he probably made a shitload of money and he's happy. He ain't gonna tell anybody where he's at. Especially because I don't understand what Bitcoin is or how that works. I mean, at least the dollar I understand is backed by gold. I don't know what Bitcoin is backed by, if anything. Ooh, I know what it's backed by. The stupidity. Okay, I ain't saying that. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you liked. I hope you subscribe to the channel because there's plenty of cool things to watch, look at, do, and all that other shit. Yeah, here's to you, my friend. Out of here.